Are you ready? Can crush us. It don't really get no better than this. The podcast that you're looking for if you're really heavy into wrestling. Hosted by the Mark. Energy that's so amazing. Gotta keep it entertaining. Rep the Can Crusher Nation. Yeah, you know what's going down in the ring. Lights out when you hit a ding ding. Knock 'em out like boom bada bing. Hold it down, you can crown me the king. Got a shout out to the Miz and Duke the Dumpster. We choke slamming everybody. Power driving, hit 'em with a face buster. Yeah, this the show you need and it ain't no need for waiting. Mark, hold it down for the Can Crusher Nation. All about wrestling and keep it entertaining. Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast. Time to break 'em, let's go. Yeah, Can Crushers. Yeah, Can Crushers. Let's go.
This is referee Joe Mandak, and you're listening to Can Crusher Podcast, the podcast that opens the proverbial can of whoop ass.
Wow, you didn't get into that one at all.
I'm doing research for the podcast. I don't know what to tell you.
As we're recording the podcast.
As we're recording
now.
Yeah, well, I was just made aware of where the next Tough Man competition is, so I had to figure out where that lay. I'm also thinking about doing a fun little game in a minute here, so we'll figure that out. Welcome to Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast.
That's Sir Michael Jenks. I'm Mark the Mark. How the hell is everybody doing? Good, great, grand, awesome, grandiose. The shit that we do before we come on the air.
Hey, we're just catching up, and then we figure out the topics for the day. Sometimes we just throw it at the wall and hope for the best. So,
trust me, he's back at the window again.
The spy is back.
Just staring like, I got you. Max broke everything because he's staring out the window like he's a homeless dog with a curtain over him. So that blew my mind. And then we talked about Tough Man, which we'll talk about. And it is that type of show again. But you guys like these. Some reason when we have no random idea what we're doing, but we're like, let's throw shit against the wall. And you continue to listen. So we thank you.
We appreciate it.
So, Sir Michael Jenks, how was your week?
My week was good. We had a lot of good appointments. Everything's progressing fine. We're moving forward, and work is work. I mean, this week has kind of been a lull. We delivered everything that we were supposed to last Friday, so it's been kind of okay. Recuperate, getting a new director at some point. Mine is moving on to greener pastures, so congratulations to him. But now it's just kind of, it's a week. So how was your week?
Essentially the same. I'm not getting a new director or producer or, whatever. But yeah, it has been. And it's okay. I don't know where the days have gone this week. I just remember my runs. I don't remember anything else that I did during the week. I haven't had time, but I've had plenty of time. It's really been rinse and repeat, which is okay. But Jenks, I did something because I think I had to.
What did you do?
I finally went to the doctor.
Holy shit. Now, this is different than the knee doctor, right?
This is different than the knee doctor.
Okay.
This was, I was getting maybe cranky. I was getting a little more tired and all of that. And I'm like, man, it might be something to do with running. And I'm not, because I didn't tell anybody except my knee doctor that I was running. And he's like, oh, yeah, you do whatever you want to do. See you back in a couple months, dumbass. But
thanks for being healthy.
But I went to the doctor this week. And Sir Michael Jenks, what is it recommended? 8 glasses of water a day. And
8 ounce glasses, I think it is, something like that. So what, 64 ounces that is? Yeah.
Ballpark. We're not doctors. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, you're not keeping water in you, dumbass. Like, the doctor didn't say this, what's the word I'm looking for? Directly out of their mouth.
This is paraphrasing what the doctor said.
Because I could read it in her eyes.
Yeah.
Hey, dumbass, you're running 5 miles a day. You're not keeping anything in. You're miserable. You're always tired. You're not fucking eating right. So, yeah, you need to change your shit up, is what I got out of the appointment. I had blood tests and I did everything. And I even have that test in the near future. So the rear view test, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
So that's scheduled after a race. I'll put it that way. Not directly after it, but in and around that time.
Get to the finish line and time for a review.
So, like, yeah, we didn't know you're doing any of this. She also almost turns into a used car salesman that and I'm like, well, what can
dings, dents, and all of that. Yeah,
right. And I tell her, I'm like, this, and this. She's like, what are you doing for recovery? I'm like, this, and this. The vibrator machine and all of this. Which, by the way, remember vibrator machine for me, okay? We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rear view and vibrators is today's podcast, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll remember that one. Vibrating machines.
Rear view and vibrating machines. So I tell her all this, what I'm doing. They're like, yeah, you are just killing yourself. You're not getting enough water intake, this, that, or the other. You should be drinking about a gallon of water. I'm like, I'm drinking like 8 bottles or so. They're like, and then you run 5 miles. I'm like, but I have my satchel on, so I'm taking a sip every once in a while. They're like, oh, good for you, a sip every once in a while. This is, again, all paraphrase, but I know that's what she's saying in her head to me because I've known her all my life. She's a doctor that I've known all my life. So I'm like, okay, what do you want? She's like, drink a gallon of water a day. Oh my fucking God, Jenks. A gallon of water a day. How am I going to do this? So I go rooting around in the cupboard because I don't need to go to Five Below or Sam's Club or anything to get a new Stanley.
Yeah.
There's got to be a trillion of them here. And we find one. I think it was Ethan's 3rd grade one that said 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, keep going, keep chugging, You drink one bottle, it wraps back around, and it says all the way up until like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, okay. Tractor trailer's coming through the house, by the way. And I'm like, okay. And I'm looking like, this is 32 ounces. I don't know how much. I don't know how much water is in a gallon.
Right.
So I'm like,
I think 100 or so. It's got to be over 100.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. Let's ballpark.
We can Google it.
So I'm like, all right. So I get to work on Wednesday, and on the garbage route, because it was garbage a lot this week, I drink a bottle of water. And I'm like, okay. By lunch, I drink another bottle of water. And in my head, I'm like, man, I have just drank, because the jug that I have is 32 ounces. I just drank 34 ounces of water. I haven't pissed in about 6 hours. Okay. Come after lunch, I drink another one before I get home. Yeah, I go. I come home, I drink another one before bed. And I'm like, I don't know, 4 times 32, 128. I'm like, I drank a shit ton of water today. I barely went to the bathroom. Okay, whatever. Do it again on Wednesday. Well, after lunch, I actually get a little stream because I rinse and repeat, do the same thing. Well, as recording, it's Thursday. Holy moly. I barely got on the garbage truck and I'm like, I gotta piss. It's raining cats and dogs here. I don't want to be to tell these guys that we got to go back to the building. I'm going to jump in the garbage truck to pee. I don't know. I need to go though, because now my back teeth are floating, as the old people used to say. And then I pissed. And then I pissed every hour. And then I've pissed. And I'm like, but the bonus, Jenks, is I feel fucking amazing. I think I dehydrated myself. And I'm finally caught up to where I need to have water in my system.
It sounds like you finally found hydration, and now your body's like, oh, this is what it feels like to be a well-oiled machine.
Right. So it's a gallon of water a day for me from here on out, because I've done it for essentially 3 days now. There's not a lot of oohs and ahs when I wake up in the morning. There's not a lot of this. So water is really fucking key to your essential of life. It's not just wake up and go have a coffee, or wake up and snort some coke off the table.
Or a toilet seat if you're a government official, you know.
Right. Anything like that. So if you learn anything from today's Can Crushers Wrestling podcast, really drink water. Because
Please
apparently
drink water.
my blood was fucking tar.
And if you're running, and if you're running, please drink at least 128 ounces of water.
Is that what it is?
According to Mark's doctor. That's what I looked it up. According to Mark's doctor, drink a gallon of water, which is 128 fluid ounces. Oh,
so that's where we are there.
So I've heard that if you drink a lot of water, especially before giving blood or getting blood taken, it makes it easier to find the veins to do it. Have you ever been hard to stick, as they call it in the profession?
Oh, you can take that in so many ways.
Yes,
but
which is why I stay.
Yes. I've always pseudo been hard to find. Like, they don't even touch my arm with the tattoos on it anymore. But they'll go to the other one. What?
Yeah. I don't think they can they?
I don't know. I mean, if it's life or death, I would hope they would try.
A lot of them go right for the hand if that's the case.
Right, yeah. Well, that's where I usually get on my, doing this, holding up my fingers so I know which one's left or right. Oh, God, it's been a day. Mentally, I don't know what water does for you. But, yeah, they've been putting it or taking everything out of my left hand recently. Well, Tuesday. That's recent enough.
Recently, so Tuesday.
That's where they took everything out of. Max, you don't lick that. Jesus Christ. He's licking the outlet on the wall. He's had a rough day.
Buddy. He's just like, this guy's, I've heard this story about peas so many times now. I just have to go.
I told my aunt, I've told you twice, essentially now. I've told a couple of people, he's like, I'm tired of listening to Dad learning how to pee. I can show him.
Outlet too.
You're okay. So there's that. Monday I went for a run. It was finally nice down here to get back to the rear views and vibrators thing. You guys know I have the handheld one, the little gun that, takes blood clots out or whatever, but it really feels amazing. I was up at Ric Flair's house, running around that neighborhood, and I get done, and the kids, because I parked in his driveway, and the kids come barreling out, Mark's Jeep! They could give a shit that Mark's there. Mark's Jeep's there. Hey, boys, how are you? Yada, yada, yada. The wife comes out, and she's like, how are you? Come in the house. Look at this, okay? And she's like, do you have one of these? And I'm like, what? And she's pointing at my feet. And I'm like, yeah, I just got new shoes. She's like, no, right by your shoes, you jackass. And it is the thing that you stand on, and I've seen them on TikTok, but it just shakes you for 15 to 20 minutes. It's a vibrating machine.
Yeah, yes. Okay. Because this has been we've talked about this at my house, because Kimberly's mom has one. She swears by it because it's something, I guess it's something for your core, if anything, or like it helps you balance and helps you strengthen your core. I liken it to those vibrating belts that they had in the 1930s that I've only seen videos of, and I'm like, does that really do anything? Suzanne Summers, yeah. So I guess it doesn't help.
I stood on it for about 3 minutes before I had to go play basketball, get a rocket out of a tree. But for the 3 minutes that I was on it, and she's like, well, you run, so I'm going to put it on a high level. Dude, it felt really weird. Like,
Yeah.
I did it after my 5-mile run on Monday, and I felt like my blood was flowing. It was just like shaking things loose that maybe I thought, well, I'm going to be tight tonight because Sir Michael Jenks, I was not. I think it is a noteworthy purchase here in the near future, prior to the half, probably, for sure. Hopefully I get a portable one that can come to Pittsburgh with me. And
just put it on the seat when you drive back.
Well, it'll stay at the English professors, and I can use it that night, essentially, to shake the whole half marathon out of me. But for the 3 minutes that I was on it, essentially, it's a weird feeling because do you want it? It's unnatural for your whole body just to be shaking as you're standing still. Like the first thing I'm like, holy shit, there's an earthquake.
Yeah. Oh,
She's like, just hold on, you'll be fine. Because she saw that I'm like, oh, but she's like, we both do it about 10, 15 minutes a night. And she's like, it just settles and gets you going. And I'm like, She's like, you could do it before you run and you could do it after you run. Imagine being loose when you go for a run. I'm like, I stretch and everything because I do. I definitely, I know I need to stretch. But if I was that loose before a run, and then, you get tensed up after a run and, you're just getting sore, it shook some of it out. So I think a vibrating machine is a great purchase.
Might be. Interesting.
Oh, your family's right, too.
I mean, yeah, they are. I guess maybe they are. I don't know. I wouldn't believe it would work. But maybe I'm being pessimistic.
I don't know if it's for strength and I don't know if it's for strength. That's where I'll question that. How can anything get stronger when you're just standing there getting shaken around? But for everything that's tensed up, you're just shaking or loose. Conditioning, maybe, yes. Strength, I don't know.
Maybe because it's so tense that it's just like your strength. I don't know if it's like because you're tensing up. And like when they say you do your core, you're supposed to tighten up your core when you do those kind of workouts, and that's maybe strengthening. It strengthens because you're tensing up the core to kind of get it to.
So you're gonna sit there and you can't see. Yanks will describe. You're gonna stand on this. You personally like this.
I mean, not me, because I'll probably have a blood vessel pop in my eye. And
tense the whole time, strengthening.
The last time, listen, I would have a blood vessel pop somewhere, and then I'd have some sort of protein bubbles popping out, like it did the one time in my eye.
Yes,
so
I remember that.
It's bullshit. I would not. I would, but you don't do when you tighten your core. It's not like you're trying to.
No, you're not.
Shit, but you're just like.
When you're constipated, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like, man, this podcast has gone downhill real quick, and we're only 20 minutes in. But yeah, it's just one of those things where you're like, I don't know how it would work, and that's where I'm like skeptical of it. Right? Is of that. Now I could see it very much loosening things up and making you be able to do things better because you're more loose, you're not tense, because sometimes you can run, even if you stretch, your muscles tense up a little bit to start running and get through that first initial hump in the run or elliptical work or whatever it is. Exactly. Once you get over that, then you're like, oh, okay, we're good. So, but who knows?
Ran outside twice this week. And once was up the neighborhood by Ric Flair, essentially. And, people Haymarket because I'm the garbage man up there. But Wednesday, I decided to run from my house essentially out to the Little League baseball fields, which is, 3 miles away, turn around, and come back. Essentially, about 5.5 miles if you really look at it. So I had to run through town. Jenks, I have yet to run with anybody because I have one more story after this, then we can get into whatever. So I'm like, okay, let's run through town today. People beeping, people waving, people, hey, Mark, keep fucking going. That was amazing. You want to talk about adrenaline and dopamine going into your system when I'm like, holy shit. I haven't ran walk yet. I've literally just ran this whole thing. And okay, beep, beep, go, buddy, go. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go, buddy, go. So I can only imagine what it's going to be like to run with other runners.
Yeah.
And moves it to the next story. Jenks, that's 2 weeks away that I'll be in DC for my first real run with people.
Say that's very, very close here.
I signed up for this in November. Knowing that I had to do it, and we talked about the pledges and everything last week, but it was still so far away even last week. And this one it's here. It's as you're listening to the show in 2 weeks. I don't know. It might come out late. It might come out Friday night at midnight, depending. I'll be running essentially when you're listening to the show, which is crazy that it's here. That's 2 weeks. And then just a little over a month and a half later, oh boy, are we going to be busy because we just have a lot going on.
Oh, yeah.
From May 2nd till 5th-ish.
Could be one of
Maybe
those days.
hiatus. Just saying.
We'll see what happens. We will see what happens.
So, yeah. To sum up everything, it was a good week.
Can't complain.
Yeah.
Can't complain at all.
I learned how to drink water and use a vibrator.
We're all very proud of you.
On both realms?
Not in that particular order either.
And I've made these steps because I have had a lot of, and I mean this with all of my heart, I've had a lot of little grandmas in town that want to see my running journey more. So probably starting soon, and we'll give you all the details. There will be a YouTube of my running journeys of where I run and actual footage of races and such, using Derek's essentially Derek's caricature that he made as like the logo of the whole thing. The little grandmas got to me. The little ones on the garbage route, the one that made a huge donation in all of that. They cared that much to watch me run, or maybe they just want to make sure that they get to see the cherry blossoms, because that is going to probably be maybe the premiere show of it. I don't know.
That'd be a nice little.
It'll be on the premiere show, I guess. Because
yeah, I guess it would be.
I need to lead up to that with something. I can't be like, I'm fucking racing.
Here we go.
My thoughts are a week in the life, essentially.
Yeah.
Here's what I did Monday. Here's what I did Tuesday. Somebody will be a guest when we're just on dog walks. Oh, shit. Shouldn't have said that word. When we're just
episode
doing,
now.
Recovery, somebody else will be part of it as well. You may be during the turkey trot next year.
Yeah.
So this year.
As I live and breathe, and it would be this year, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, the grandmas got to me, and they said that would be really cool if you could put some of this stuff that you do on YouTube. Okay, I'll do it for you because I love grandmas.
There you go.
So, stick and stay for that. Don't worry, we'll let you know here on the podcast how to get and watch it too if you want to watch running videos.
Stop blocked. I didn't even know that was happening. Look at that. He's got surprises for everybody today.
Right? That was it. It all started. You know, I love the caricature. I do, and I still haven't printed it out yet because I haven't been to the Walmarts or any place to print it out. That it's on like nice, thick, good paper to hang it up or whatever. But yeah, kind of started with Derek sending that. He's like, "This is what you're turning into." I'm like, "Yeah, kind of. It's pretty cool." So,
Very
and
cool.
I talk. Listen, people are, I'm sure, nauseated about. I did this today. I did that today. I did this today. Some of the
Nobody's
grandmas just want to
nauseated.
see it though.
We want to see the progress.
Oh yeah, or do you just want to go on tour with me? Essentially,
I mean, that'd be fun too.
yeah.
Take us all with you.
I mean, granted, I'm not leaving Pennsylvania this year. That's, you know, baby steps for now. But we'll see. It changes in my life so fast, you know.
You never know what's going to happen.
Maybe I'll be running around the Jericho cruise. I don't know. I'm not running on a boat.
And board shorts?
Oh, no. I'm kidding.
So
What do you
yes,
want to talk about?
I mean, we're talking about you in board shorts now.
Are we?
And a vibrator.
I wasn't thinking board shorts if I would do it on a boat. I was thinking like a Speedo to actually really sink it in that this guy's creepy.
Well, that's a lot of aerodynamics going on there.
There's enough aerodynamics down there anyway, so.
Hey,
Good Lord.
oh my God. Behind the 8 ball now. All right. There we go.
World Baseball Classic started.
Yeah, it did. It did. I watched a little bit. I watched USA, the exhibition game apparently between USA and San Francisco on Tuesday. And then I also watched USA ask for 10th inning to just continue the massacre of San Francisco because I'm assuming they wanted a confidence booster before they started the World Baseball Classic.
That was the same thing with DR and the Tigers. Freaking 20-1. Or I'm like, can we end this? Can there be a 10-run rule in the third inning, please?
Right. Listen, if I will say this, Netherlands played the Rays. The Rays got within 2 runs of them. It was like 11-9, and I'm like, we know which team's not winning right now. It's the national team from the Netherlands because
they're going to get smoked.
They're going to get smoked because first, it's basically you're playing minor leaguers right now in all of the teams because everybody's in the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, spring training is
minor league right now. So the Rays either have a really good minor league system, which they do.
They do.
Or the Netherlands are
They're not staying with the Rays, though.
No. They're probably going to get shipped out as soon as possible. But listen, in the Netherlands is just god awful, apparently, because there was no way it should have been 11-9.
The interns could probably have beaten them.
The interns could have definitely beaten them at that point, but I don't know. So look out for the Netherlands at the bottom of their group for it, but Jesus.
Do you think they should do the relegation thing of the World Baseball Classic? All right, you don't win a game, Netherlands, you can't come back for 4 years.
You can't be here.
We got to get Serbia, see if they can get in.
Let them play in Serbia, play in games.
Right. I don't know if that would work that way, especially since it's the World Baseball Classic.
I mean, you never know. Listen, Mexico's got a couple guys that look like Bartolo Colon, and they're just hitting dingers. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm loving every minute of that. Mexico might be a dark horse just because of those 2 guys.
See, that was my next question. Who are you taking? Are you taking America? Are you taking hometown pride or Japan still's that great. Trust me, when I was waving the Dominican flag against the Tigers the other day. I'm like, holy moly.
I mean, you got to pull for America because it's the hometown country. If I look at it objectively, I think DR, Japan, and America have a shot, and I don't think anybody would be shocked if any of either of those three win it. So hometown team type thing, yeah, you pull in for America because it's essentially the extension of the Olympics at this point.
It is.
But I'm not
what a year did they get?
Oh yeah.
2 weeks ago was the Olympics. Boom, you roll right into the World Baseball Classic.
It works great. Works out great. So that's what I'm pulling for. What about you? Hometown?
I think, yeah, I really do. I think America has the pitching.
Yeah.
They have good bats too. Don't get me wrong. They do have good bats, but I think DR has the best bats. The best balanced team is probably Japan.
Yeah.
I'm on that same fence with you. I'm just giving the scenarios. The pitching, I think, goes to America. I really do. So
if the U.S. can outpitch them, they can win it.
Right.
But that's going to be the key: is can they outpitch the other countries?
Can Skeens and I know Scooble's only playing one game, and Skeens might play two. Can those two guys get more than their MLB run support of 1 or 2 runs a game?
Yeah.
They'd win.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But there's big boppers on America. Look at their strikeouts per year. Look at everybody's strikeouts per year because that's what they went for. America went for all or broke.
Exactly. And so if they can't get the bats alive, good luck.
Yeah. 1-0. Japan wins.
Yeah.
Scooble has 37 strikeouts in the game because it went 20 extra.
It went 20 innings.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm excited to watch that. As you started the show, essentially, it is Tough Man Weekend. So Friday, Saturday night, don't be bothering me.
Now where's this at now? Where is it?
We talked about this and I forgot already. Is it
Huntington?
It's Huntington, yeah. Martinsburg.
You thought it was Martinsburg must be coming up because you keep saying Martinsburg.
Yeah.
I've decided
it's
somewhere.
Huntington, West Virginia, which I still don't know where the hell that's at.
What, Huntington?
Mm-hmm.
It's on the border of Ohio.
So like deep down in Ohio.
Yeah, like
because West Virginia doesn't
bottom of Ohio
like we do.
No, it's like the very bottom of Ohio.
Okay.
I decided to do a fun little game because I was like, well,
for me,
for you, and so everybody can listen to it. What's closer?
Oh fuck.
Cincinnati or what? What's closer to Huntington? Cincinnati or Morgantown?
That's a trick question. I have to imagine it's Cincinnati because I know Cincinnati is on the cusp. I've been to Louisville several times. You're in Cincinnati, and then holy shit, you're right in Louisville or Kentucky. Essentially, you're right there. So I'll have to go with that as Cincinnati.
You're going to Cincinnati?
I'm wrong, right?
No, you're right.
Okay.
It's only a 2 hour and 40-minute drive there from Huntington. Morgantown's 3 hours, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
This random Martin's
over by Pittsburgh. That's why I know.
Right. Yeah. It's 70 miles south of Pittsburgh. But Martinsburg, you keep trying to put the tough man competition in. It's 5 hours and a half, 5.5 hours away from Huntington. It's on the other side of the state, tucked in where Virginia and Maryland and all of them are. So it's like in that little branching piece of
I'll be closer
West
to
Virginia.
I'll be closer to Martinsburg in 2 weeks.
Yeah, you will be. You'll be closer to Martinsburg in 2 weeks than you would be in Huntington. So
great game.
Thanks. It wasn't anything fun or exciting. I mean,
no, but I thought you were going to say what's closer, San Francisco, California, or Guam. And I'm like, We didn't talk about any of this.
That would have been why I went with the closer ones of that.
Okay. At
So I
least
was
it's
like,
stuck around Tough Man.
yeah, exactly. I was trying to be. We're in that area.
Okay. Yeah. So it's only on pay-per-view again this week. So
No
make
news
sure
outlet.
no news outlet. So spend your $20 and you get to watch both of them. You'll be ecstatic. Not the greatest, but it's the best. Leave it at that.
It's the
I wonder how many
ESC
people-
of Tough Man competitions.
Wonder how many people we've transitioned over to Tough Man or had watched Tough Man. They're like, will you stop shitting on it, Mark? It's great.
Over under 5.
Of which one, though? That we converted?
Converted.
Oh, no, I bet you. I'm going to go over on converted.
I think you got people to watch it just to see what the fuck it was about.
Now
For
will
sure.
they repeat?
That's the question. If I'm thinking converted, I'm thinking they're repeating at this point.
Okay.
They're like, okay, I'm continuing watching these two randos just beat the shit out of each other.
Those same people come back and listen to us every week. So I have to imagine they're in the same boat that we're in.
Well, probably. And if they are, congratulations. Thank you for joining us in this boat.
And I smack my watch off the table.
Beating the shit out of his watch out. I put a crack. Okay, so I got this fancy fitness watch, but good thing I bought a screen protector because I already put a crack in the screen protector, and I still don't know how I did that.
It's all that hard work you do at work, waiting for computers to update and such.
It's my clumsy ass waddling down the hallway, apparently.
Touche. You're banging. Are you a Neanderthal all of a sudden? Walking with your
I
arms against the
just
wall?
like, blah. That's what I do at work. Explains why I haven't gotten promoted anytime soon, any recently.
40 minutes in, and we've mentioned the word wrestling twice.
And only as a preview.
Can you tell where we're going this week, folks?
It's a great week.
Do you want to dive into wrestling? Do you have any hot news you want? Oh, you got something else. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, let's dive into wrestling hot topic wise. I think we got to talk about this because it's fresh off the presses as of day of recording. Steph Deander, Mace Warder no longer with TNA, and it seems to have stemmed around Steph's neck surgeries that she's had, the two of them.
Not getting cleared. They won't clear. She's doing stuff on the Indies or GCW, though.
They're not, they have no interest in clearing her for TNA television. They basically will not send any professionals out to evaluate her, to even begin the process to clear her. And basically, she's paid for everything herself. And when she's asked for even directions on where to go or who to see, they told her to reach out to Stone Cold and Kurt Angle.
Right. Like, what the F?
What are you trying to promote here, TNA?
That they don't want. They don't want her.
No, they don't.
The bite in the ass is Mansoor said, well, peace the fuck out, too.
Yeah, like, did they not assume that he would be following his wife right out the door if you're telling her to fuck off?
Right.
I mean, it's simple. Man defends wife, whatever it is, but it goes back to the wrestling business. It goes back to Lawler and the Cat when they were married. Lawler walked right out the door when they fired her and let her go. Now he came back a year later
after
that
they
year
got divorced.
After he got divorced, but it's the principle of the thing.
Right. Mine's going to be on the doctor stuff, essentially. How can, and again, we are not doctors, how can a couple other doctors clear her for, and I know, call it what you may, GCW and the Indies, whatever, to get asses in seats, as Ricky Morton would say. How can GCW's much bigger than the Indies? It's an indie show, but it's much bigger than the Indies.
Absolutely.
How are they getting cleared there and the okay to, because it travels. It has been in New York. It's in San Francisco. And she's getting cleared to do all of that. Can't you take all those doctors from San Francisco and New York and say, here, look, it's not a doctor that I know. Like, it's different if I go to my doctor and say, hey, here's $20. Say that I can go run this marathon. Oh, okay, cool. And charge my insurance company whatever you want.
Right.
It's not a known doctor that she fraternizes with, essentially.
Yeah.
But they're still clearing her. Like, why? Is there a bad riff? Is where I'm getting this smell from in the TNA that with Mansoor, maybe with Steph, maybe backstage. I don't know this, but it just seems fishier than, yeah, we're just not going to clear her.
Yeah, almost like something else happened before the injury, and then they're like, it seems to be a lot better without her involved or around, whatever that could be. And who knows? You could speculate everything under the sun, basically, and all that would be its assumptions, and you don't want to go down that path.
Right.
I feel, but to your point, you just don't cut talent without a reason, or don't bring them back, or don't get them evaluated like that without something else happening or something to focus in on. And if it ends up being something comes up, okay, that gets us full story. But if it's not, what are we doing?
Yeah. The whole reaching out to Stone Cold or Angle or anything, listen, those two men did their due diligence. They went and they chit-chatted with everybody. They essentially were cleared a little bit. Stone Cold had a couple matches since this thing.
Yeah.
Angle's been roughhoused a little bit too. So in the long run, WWE did clear them. Yes, Steph's is fresher than, they had years off.
Mm-hmm.
Steph hasn't had that much time off yet, essentially, to coincide as an Angle return or a Stone Cold return. Maybe they're just saying you need more time, and then we'll bring you back. I don't know. But she's already doing shit elsewhere, is why I keep beating that down.
She's already doing shit elsewhere, but also they're not making any effort to even test her to see if she can come back.
Right.
That's throwing the red flags of something else is going on here. And it could be strictly contract related. They don't like her, or contract related, and it's a money thing.
Yeah. And they're using this as an out.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm sure they didn't think that Mansoor would be like, peace out, too.
I think it's good business if you assume it's a possibility.
Right.
But also, you got to remember, to TNA, you have to remember it's a business, but it's also a business of loyalty. And if family's getting let go, they will see you later.
See you next Tuesday.
Yep.
You got another hot take?
Not a hot take, but another hot topic. Road Dogg resigned. So.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. I read that before my siesta, before the podcast, and I'm like, whoa, what's going on there?
He was apparently PW Insider saying he had unhappiness and tendered his resignation. I know he had been removed as the lead writer a couple months ago, which I think may have played into it during the R2 stuff, where everything fell apart, and he was basically, it was put on him, which probably is why this has carried forward like this. And they're forcing the issue and saying, okay, this is your role now, and he didn't like it. So that's probably why he resigned, is he became the fall guy, essentially, for all of that.
Yeah. And maybe because we've seen on Unreal or Unreal, whatever the hell the document thing is, that I watch it all, but I still don't remember, on Netflix. Maybe he needs, because he's a good writer. He is. He's huge in professional wrestling. I will always say this, all the way back to his dad and his brothers and all of that. that maybe he just needs time off, refresh, and he could pop back up and be great again. Maybe it's just he really hasn't had a break in a long time.
Could be burnt out. He doesn't even realize he's burnt out because, to your point, he comes from that old school mentality, you'll work until you drop type thing where you're just going. Sometimes you just get burnt out and your ideas become stale because you are burnt out and you're not taking that step back.
Yep.
So it just happens. So to your point, maybe he takes a step back, recharges the batteries after 6 months, goes back to WWE or goes somewhere else to kind of put that input and get some flavor back into it. But at the same token, is it value add? Who knows? But
right,
we'll see where he comes from. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he'll be fine. Trust me, he'll be fine in the long run, whatever he decides to do. He had a podcast there for a little bit as well. That told some stories. Shut your mouth. Told some stories, and I listened to it when he had it. It was fun. He got into deep stuff that really wasn't revealed between like him and Xbox and Billy and Hunter and all that. It was great shit. And even until his podcast, I didn't know what VKM was when they were in TNA. Well, it was just a knock on Vince.
Yeah.
I never, because it was a Voodoo Kid Mafia. I'm like, oh, they're just going to call it that. That meant nothing. It was just Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Yeah. They just chose Voodoo Kid Mafia to get the initials.
3 stupid words put together. Yeah. It was genius. Anything else?
Hot topic wise, that's all I got. You got anything?
I got no hot topics. None. Right. So I'm glad you brought 2 at least.
You're welcome.
Do you want to talk about the hot chamber that was full of flushables this past weekend?
Absolutely, we can do that. Let's talk about that hot chamber. Hot steam chamber.
I'm not saying it's the worst. I'm coming right off the get. I'm not saying it's the worst. But it sure shit was not the best either.
That's true.
In everything, let me just say this. Jenks went 4 for 4 on his picks. Knowing what happened Friday night, because I was all about Rhea having 2 WrestleMania matches, I would have then instantly, if we were recorded Saturday morning, I would have instantly swapped my pick from Flair to Rhea.
Yep.
Once they dropped the titles, I was like, whoa.
As soon as I saw they dropped the titles, I'm like, well, that brought everything. That basically cemented everything going on at the chamber.
Yeah. Very predictable. Very easy to see who is going to win rather early, even in the men's match. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that sentiment in hindsight. When you're in the match, it was a great little swerve.
It was.
But I agree with that. I think it was very, very blatantly obvious at that point.
If you don't overthink wrestling and you actually watch it to watch it, unlike all us nerds that have podcasts or you dive into the sheets and everything like that, you just watch it, you were probably shocked that Randy won. You were. We both said Cody, but again, like rather early, I'm like, oh, nope, it's definitely not Cody. We both have Cody. Oh, but yeah, by the way, we didn't go 4 for 4. We both had Cody now all of a sudden.
I was waiting for you to correct it, but I'm like, maybe you wrote down Orton and I got a free one on that one, but
no. But I still think if this is the match at WrestleMania, this is going to be a minimum of a 3-way match for that heavyweight title.
I don't think it is. I think they're separating church and state. I thought Fatal 4-Way at first because I thought they were going to throw Jacob Fatu in there and give him a Mania match, especially with the proceedings afterwards with all this and Drew. But now I'm thinking they're going to throw the title on Cody again to get it Cody and Orton at Mania. And then Drew is either facing Fatu because Fatu is going to cost him the title on, as you guys have listened last night, or somehow, some way, this is turning into a Drew and Aldis fight at Mania because Aldis is a playable character now.
Yeah,
We've heard he's been cleared, so
he's been cleared for a while.
He's been cleared for a while, so they could possibly pull the trigger on that, and that's what this whole buildup has been.
See, I put it that Cody and or Jacob sliding into this, and it's going to be 3-way match. And I think Cody Orton is your SummerSlam second main event.
That's fair. My first instinct was 4-way because of Drew, Cody, Jacob, that whole situation. Orton in there, you can make that work. But now that I've thought about it more, I'm thinking it's more Cody and Orton. Boost the sales, get that main event for night one in tow because they need the sale boost.
They're struggling.
Well, you price people out of house and home for the tickets. Nobody's going to show up. And
you're not allowed watching it within 50 miles of Vegas, which may extend, which is crazy.
Absolute asinine.
Yeah.
They are pushing people to VPNs at this point and different illegal screens. But you need the boost of sales, and then Drew is multifaceted. You give him the Jacob, great, that's going to be a great match. You give him the Aldis, people are going to buy tickets to see Aldis wrestle again.
Yeah.
So
Randy's in, we know, but there's a month and a half.
Exactly.
To see what Cody does.
100%.
That's the other player.
Yep.
Did you like the match though?
I thought it was good match. I think the end was picked up fast enough. Was the good part of the match. The match itself was okay. Javon hit some cool moves. Trick was doing some good things. But then Logan kind of making a run in it. It really felt forced.
It's supposed
to
be
was Bronson. Yeah. And it was supposed to be Braun before that.
Right.
So they were going to make the run in there, and that would have made more sense. But but Logan making the run did not
click.
Did not click at all.
No. Are you happy Seth's back?
I am.
Too.
I was like, it felt like once they started unmasking people the Friday before, I'm like, okay, we're getting the reveal and it's Seth. There's no way we're pushing this hard.
That's another thing that I was going to say. Like, once you get the fake reveal the night before of it being Tom Brady or Bob Smith or whoever the hell that guy was, name was out there. But
Tom Brandy's a pull from 98.
Right.
Good one on that one.
Salvatore Sincere. Yeah, all of that. Once they do that the night before, you just gave away your biggest fucking moment of the show. All of a sudden, well, they're going to be, and you knew anyway that the masked man was going to be at Chamber.
Yeah.
But you knew the reveal was coming at Chamber once this guy's mask came off.
I think if they would have did it in the match, did the fake out mask pull, and they're like, who the fuck is this guy? And they're pulling him off. And then you have Seth roll in, stomp him, reveal. It would have been perfect.
I do have a beef.
I
understand you need to get them out, right? You need to get them out. But the MF and cage door in the men's shouldn't even be closed anymore. Because anybody and everybody just starts with Drew coming in, then Seth, and I'm like, is it really Elimination Chamber anymore for the men?
No, it's not even Chamber for the women. The door is such the biggest
piece of the puzzle.
Well, and you have to roll them out. why are we so lazily booking the chamber in that regard? Oh, we got to get in. Be like Jericho and Shawn Michaels. Have Shawn Michaels popped up out of the floorboard.
Right.
Build a trap door, let him pop in and out. Do it that way. That's fantastic.
Because we know the trapdoor was there, and we'll get there. Because we know the trapdoor was there because of 2 fucking seconds what happened beforehand. You want to go there next?
Go there next. Go for it.
We love Danhausen. His shtick is going to get used well.
And it already started on Monday.
And it
very
did.
well. Yeah.
And we'll get there. But that was horrible. Nobody cared that it was Danhausen in Chicago, which is shocking.
Agreed, but I also think it was perfect. Here's why. It's campy as all fuck. First of all, the dancers didn't know what position they needed to be in, where left, right, or center.
Right.
Four of them were panicking. 4 of them were panicked. Right? So, okay, we're good there.
And remember, these are probably kids from the PC.
Well, yeah, kids from the PC. Also, one of them I know was confirmed to be his wife. So Danhausen's wife was in there, plus these kids from the PC. So that started off. Then Danhausen's walking out. This was the campiest bullshit we've ever seen in our lives. I think they purposely set him up to be the biggest letdown there could be on the show.
That show. The Gobbledygooker is still the biggest letdown ever.
Yeah, agree. But on that show, they set him up purposely to be that big of a letdown because I don't think they wanted people to take him seriously then.
Right.
Then when everything happened Monday, people are like, holy shit, I like Danhausen. Holy shit, this Danhausen's funny. What is this guy? What is going on here? You know, they're realizing the magic of Danhausen.
That curse
will get you.
It will.
I really hope it's like a long curse for Dom.
Oh,
he's
probably
losing.
Bank.
Probably he's losing every week. He can't get a win, and he has to go beg Danhausen to get the curse lifted, and then he wins Money in the Bank.
The loss, as we're skipping. We'll come back to the Elimination Chamber. Yeah, the loss of the IC title was the rise of Dom. We all know that, right? We all know that.
Absolutely. Everybody knows that.
He is going to look putrid for a while.
Yeah.
His dad might get a win soon.
Yeah. And he's going to survive every putrid moment of it. We're going to cheer for him every fucking goddamn second.
Yeah. Because this is also the turn of Dom.
Yep. Exactly.
As much as you can turn Dom. As much as you could have turned Eddie Guerrero.
This is Eddie Guerrero-esque territory. Exactly.
He's still going to be a bastard. But you're going to be a bastard.
Exactly.
Yeah. And when he wins the Money in the Bank, people are going to lose their shit.
Absolutely.
That's not a prediction. That's a promise.
Mm-hmm.
People won't put that all together. Like, that stupid idiot Danhausen cursed him. That's why he lost it. And he loses and he loses and he loses. I think that's great writing. I like it so because it's comic yet serious for Dom.
It's serious for Dom. Gets Danhausen over as a comedic individual, but also a comedic schmuck who can also control whether you're cursed or not. It helps carry it forward.
Yeah. And I think perfect person in Penta to win it. Do I think Penta's a long IC champion? I'm still on the fence about that.
That's fair. I see him a couple months.
Definitely, I think through Mania, but I mean,
I think it ends up being where it's going to be it's going to go back to the workhorse. It's going to flip every couple months. Just okay, he's got it. Americano's got it. This guy's got it. That guy's got it. It's going to flip rapidly. So,
AJ Becky next.
Yeah, we can go there. Yeah.
I want to hear what you thought first.
AJ and Becky, I think it was a decent enough match. I don't think it lit anything on fire. AJ got the crowd behind her, obviously, and we're
For a singles match,
continuing
you're talking forever. Yeah.
forever. Yeah, she's going to have it behind her. I think with Jessica Carr playing into it, though, it shifted the focus away from Becky and AJ to Jessica Carr and Becky, which now is making me think, is there going to be, when's this match coming? Because this seems to be a real focal point for everything now. And with Jessica being Xylex or whatever she is in Evolve, it seems a perfect transition. It was a good match. I don't think it was anything special.
Agreed wholeheartedly, because AJ's matches were tag team and or Survivor Series were people to lean on. Again, that long out of the business, and she's not fully engulfed yet, maybe, and I don't know if she's going to be. I think if we get another AJ Becky match, it's not until SummerSlam. I do believe that you're going to get an AJ opened / something match at WrestleMania, because I think one of the big mid-card matches is going to be Becky and Jessica. That was on hold for 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Becky brought it up once in a while, but not as full-flamed as she is at it again. I think this is the way for Becky to get away from AJ until AJ goes through Lyra, goes through Natty, does these opens for a while. Maybe there's a multi-woman match at Mania for this IC title. AJ kind of sneaks away with it again, and then Becky wraps this up with Jessica. I think the Jessica and Becky thing is a bigger picture than AJ winning the IC title right now.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I think they're going to go one or two ways with who faces AJ. And I say this as it's probably going to be one of the Bellas at WrestleMania. Could either face her for the Nikki for the IC title or Brie Mode, or they're going to go for the tag titles against Indomitable or Irresistible Forces or whatever the hell they're
Lash
called.
and Jax.
Lashy Jacks. And they'll beat them, right? And that's how that one's going to fall. I think if they planned it right, they could have pulled off a Nikki AJ match again, and I think people would have ate that up. I'm personally not clamoring for that.
I'm not clamoring for it, but people
are. People are going to be for that. The other flip side of it is, I think AJ is going to get a WrestleMania match. If it's not against Becky, I guess I could see a multi-woman, but I also see it as, who else would you put into that position to have a one-on-one match? And there's not really anyone that shouts out right now, unless they pull the card on Bayley and let Bayley and her do it as a dream match type scenario.
Or is it an open at WrestleMania? And let me stir the pot. Does Paige answer it at WrestleMania?
Maybe.
Just saying, that was my first thought. To keep that back, does Paige open it? Because everybody has opens everywhere. Hey, the Mike Jenks Open, the Can Crusher Open. They're for a reason.
Yeah.
You run through 3 or 4 people, and she gets a little cockier. She's like, "Yeah, I don't care anybody anywhere." And then boom, it's Paige at WrestleMania.
It calls back when Paige beat her for it the night after WrestleMania, many moons ago. Yeah.
Because does Paige win it then? Or again, because I'm building this up. If it is Becky and AJ at Mania, that's when Jessica Carr isn't the official. The first time that this match happens, that Jessica Carr's not the official,
Becky wins.
her her alter ego costs Becky the match. Mm-hmm. The evolve. What is she called?
I think it's Ilex or something like that. It's like XYZLMOUSE, something like that.
Mickey Mouse.
Make the best clubhouse.
Did you like the original? And neither one of us were alive when the original one was out, but I know you went back and watched them as a child.
Yeah.
Did you like the original Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, or did you like the cartoon version of when it was
hot dog, hot diggity dog?
Diggity dog, yes.
I mean, that one sticks in my head.
The song is so much better.
The song is so much better. In the Mouse Tools, I mean, it could be anything.
It could be.
You know, it could have been anything. I mean, that one was on repeat with a brand. So I would say the original. My favorite one, though, was House of Mouse, which was on Saturday mornings. And they did like different cartoons, but they had like other characters in the like other Disney characters. Look this up. They did House of Mouse. It had all the Disney characters in the audience, and they did it like a variety show type,
like Benny Hill,
kind of almost like Benny Hill. It was fantastic. There was a House of Villains episode that was legendary. This show is great. That one I am over on.
I believe I'm writing down House of Mouse Villains. I need to, if it's legendary, that's unbelievable.
House of Mouse is one of the greatest underrated shows I've ever seen.
Okay.
It ran from
right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how long it ran for. 2 years. It was 2 years.
It was a legendary show for 2 years.
2001 through 2003. Yeah, it was on every Saturday morning. You were not watching it at that time. I agree.
I was not, because Eve is 5 years from.
Yeah.
So I was probably sleeping very heavily from Friday nights to wake up Saturday mornings.
That's a good call. I would have been about 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade about this time.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
So I would have watched it for sure. So
Snorks or Smurfs now, because that just got in my head and I need to get it out.
Snorks or Smurfs.
I love both of them, but
both of them are great.
Fucking believable.
Well, I don't disagree with that. That's a fair point. Is this still a wrestling podcast?
No, not today. On to Punk's match. It was. I didn't think it was anything great. It was very safe, as we said it was going to be.
Yeah. Well, yeah, was going to be safe. I appreciated the Chicago Bulls entrance at the beginning of it.
Unbelievable. Yes.
That was unbelievable. That was a nice little touch. I thought they were going ROH with that because they have him in the game that way.
Yeah.
But I appreciated the whole Chicago Bulls setup. The match itself, to your point, very safe, we're just pushing the envelope enough to maybe create illusion, but we are definitely not doing anything substantial with this right now.
Right.
Yeah.
It was there.
It was what it was at that point.
And then we did it backwards, essentially. The women's chamber, and as we kind of touched on this, my thoughts were right off the window as soon as the tag team champions lost the tag team champions the night before. I mean, that Flair and Alexa weren't going to have a stick or anything. It was just Rhea running roughshod through it. For years now, Jenks, I've been saying this. Maybe it's because they get the first nod. I like the women's better again. I did. Even knowing Rhea was going to win 24 hours earlier, I just like the women's better again because they don't have to use the cage as much as the men do, I think, but they use different techniques of what they're doing. It's still not a rinse and repeat for the women yet, essentially. There were some cool spots. Alexa always seems to go off in these. That's why she's in them.
I think to that point, the women don't rely on the tropes as much, and they also it is very unpredictable when you go into it. You never know with the women who's going to win it. Like there's some that stand out more than others, like, but you don't know exactly who's going to come out of it because you don't know what route they're going. This year we didn't know because Charlotte wasn't in the chamber, so we had no idea who was going to go against Jade. Was it Asuka? Was it Rhea? Was it Tiffany again? It left it open. In the men's, you basically had Orton or Cody.
Right.
Take your pick. No one else was going to get close to that, stiff close to it. So this is why I think it opened up the possibilities a little bit more, and it leaves you a little more suspense around the match. That's the only thing that helps the match carry it forward is when you don't know. Right. If there is some illusion to anybody can win, then you're in a good place with a chamber match.
Yeah. Agreed. Wholeheartedly agreed. Because, as you said, we knew it was Cody or Orton. It was just getting down to those two. No matter how we got there. Bronson Reed, Paul White, Logan Paul, anybody.
Whoever came up through the floor, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, whatever it was. House of Mouse villains.
Perfect. I'm glad you brought that because it jogged something in my brain. Again, with the door and Drew and Seth and everybody. We know that there was something underneath the ring because we've all seen videos a la TikTok or whatever. All 24 of fucking Danhausen's women and him bailed under the ring. Where'd they go then? They sure as shit didn't stay underneath there for 45 minutes for the chamber.
Yeah.
All 12 of them. Because it started. Yeah. There's a trap door. See you later.
There has to be a trap door, or because the chamber is just open underneath the floor.
Right.
They had to have come out the one side and go right out the timekeeper area. Is the only thing I can think of. Because to your point, there is no way in hell they're staying under there for an hour. No. Danhausen, if it was just Danhausen, I think they'd make them stay under there for an hour. But with the girls and all that, they were making them get the hell out of there.
Yeah. But you saw that TikTok, right? Somebody from the corner shot it, and then boom, they're all underneath. By the way, they could have had the amount of smoke that Danhausen had, and I know it's his gimmick, was as much as the exploding ring smoke that AEW had nothing. Poof, and it was.
Do you think they did that on purpose?
No, without a doubt.
They had to, like, not just because it was Danhausen's character, but that had to have been a shot for the exploding barbed wire bag.
Yeah, and we talk about this, and it's been years since that. But anytime anything's supposed to blow up, less is more because you wrap back around to this conversation that we just had.
100%.
So it's beneficial for both because we're talking about AEW in the WWE segment, essentially. So we skip over anything else. What would you rank them out of beers?
2.
Yeah. I might have went 2.5 because I laughed my ass off with Danhausen.
Yeah, me too. Chamber, here's the problem with Chamber. It just has become not a great Rumble supplement because it's too predictable. I liked it when it just, again, I brought this up in the past. It should not be a stop on the road to WrestleMania.
Right.
I get it's cost effective. But it should be a random match in some point in the year where there's so many people and it's just anybody could win because they're all in the title picture and it makes sense. And it brings up in furthers blood feuds or whatever it is.
Right.
So the fact that it's on the road to WrestleMania kind of takes away from the allure of it. And it's the same thing with TLCs and all of that stuff. When it has its own pay-per-view, it kind of takes away from it.
Yeah. So nothing on the docket for WWE until WrestleMania. I bet you we get a surprise Saturday night's main event tossed in. Randomly, they're going to say, "Wow, no."
Probably March. End of March. There you go.
It's coming.
It's
Something.
coming. Yeah. They have to.
Right. Because Mania is late
It
comparative
is.
to
End of basically mid-April at this point.
Yeah, that's a month plus
Yeah.
away.
Yep. They need to get they have a little milestone in the middle just to get over the hump.
Yeah, we have to, and it may be a Saturday night's main event that you're going to have maybe Drew defend a title, or maybe it's a tag team match or something like that. But I think this Saturday night's main event that isn't announced yet, but it will be announced, I believe, is to get a lot of mid-card things rocking and rolling. It's going to be heavy mid-card, so we have more matches, because right now we have 4 matches, essentially.
You know what? I mean, to that point, maybe that's where they actually pull the trigger on Becky and Jessica Carr, because then you wouldn't put on the Mania. You could bring it back to AJ and Becky at Mania.
Yeah.
Because we've already got over this little hurdle, if you will, with it.
Yeah. Good call.
So.
Yeah. Because that would, I think it's a bigger picture, but in the scheme of wrestling, it's a blip. But people are so involved in Becky and Jessica that it would have people tune in just for that match.
Absolutely.
Even if you put LA Knight against Gilbert and this, that, other random matches, you'll get Becky and Jessica as a noteworthy match.
100%.
At least that's what we're hoping for, at least.
No. As long as she can wrestle, should be decent.
I've seen she could wrestle. She can wrestle.
Yeah, I believe it.
So we get to Raw. And your thoughts on Raw, sir?
Danhausen was the best part of Raw.
He was.
Well, no, I'll take that back. Because the last promo of Raw made the short list of for promo of the year. Between Roman and CM Punk, I couldn't even think of his name. I was trying to say Seth the whole time. Roman and Punk getting there and people finally understanding what CM Punk actually can do on a microphone versus what he has done in the past couple of years. We're getting into a rhythm with these two, and this is going to be a lot. This is going to get a lot more personal in the next 6 weeks over it.
And it needs to be, since they're not going to be in matches essentially from now until then, because you can't have Pepsi Phil. This isn't a knock, Phil. You can't have Pepsi Phil getting hurt walking into the ring. You don't want Roman doing anything to get injured or flare up anything. Like, there's going to be lots of interaction voice-wise, but it's still going to be every couple weeks. I don't think it's every week that they get the mic.
No, definitely not. It's going to be Roman shows up every 2 to 3 weeks. We have a conversation, then we do it again, and that's it. There'll be one final face-off, and then
contract signing. If they
contract signing, yep.
Yeah. It's somebody's going through a table.
Exactly.
Here through a table, GTS through a table.
Table, like always.
Yeah.
But yeah, Danhausen, list of demands, soggy, fantastic. Right. We got one of the demands. He got his pointing picture with Triple H.
He did already.
The Manhausens are being fulfilled left and right.
We're gonna have a lot of Danhausen talk. Besides being what he's doing already, what do you want him to do? Like, Truthhausen one time?
God, if we're not getting R-Truth and Danhausen in one segment,
right?
What are we doing here? And now I'm not saying give them the tag titles. That would be hilarious. Oh, I'm not against it.
It could be they win it Monday night and they have to defend it Tuesday on NXT for
and then lose it. Yeah,
right.
Truthhausen could be something special in its own right.
Is it too gimmicky though?
Absolutely not. Is anything too gimmicky now? See, here's the thing. Well, here's what I'm going to say. This is what
it's not 80s.
Or it's not 90s.
Right.
And not everybody's got a shtick. most guys now are themselves tuned up to 11 or playing some sort of more based character than Max Moon,
Aldo Montoya,
Mantal, Aldo Montoya,
Duke the Dumpster,
Duke the Dumpster, anything like that.
right?
Not
DL
everybody's got
Offer, right?
exactly. Brooke, Abe Knuckleball Schwartz. We're not. There's base gimmicks now. So if you're gonna go gimmicky, it fits in the world because it just stands out because there's not as many gimmicks around.
Right. I really want them, and I know it's a pipe dream essentially that they would be tag team. I don't, like I said, I don't give a shit if it's less than 24 hours. I don't care if there's an Iron Man match that every time you win, kind of like the hardcore, every time you win, you are decided that you're champion.
Yeah.
To have them on Jenks-hausen as tag team champions one time in WWE history is all I want.
It could be fucking multi-tag match where one of them just falls on the pin.
Right.
Out of nowhere, or the ladder match where they just somehow, some way find a way up to the top, or belts like they did for Otis. The belts just fall into his hand in Danhausen's arms,
and then the next week the War Raiders just kill them or whomever,
destroy them. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
for it, it'd be perfect.
The promos that you get on social media would blow up WWE's TikTok, Twitter, and all of that because you just want to see what they're doing daily.
100%, because they're just going to take over social media. I mean, Danhausen's doing that now.
Right.
Demanding Dwayne's Johnson's Gym membership. Yeah. Say that 5 times fast, but yeah, absolutely.
Other than that,
I think the only thing I'll call out is we know the tag title match for Mania is the Vision versus the Usos, which then leads, okay, which one of the Vision is facing Seth? Or is it Brock? Because of the Heyman attack.
We don't need, but WWE needs to get Brock on this card, right?
Yeah, because he's coming around doing his tour for the Open Challenge.
Yeah. I would have to imagine it's the Bronze get the tag titles. And I really mean they win it. Unless the Usos are dropping them.
Yeah.
You don't think?
I think it's Logan and Theory that are getting the tag titles. That's who they attacked this past Monday night. We don't know if Breaker's back. And if Reed's supposedly injured, I'm still on my kick that they're fucking around.
Right.
But if Reed's legitimately injured, Braun could be back. So that could lead to Braun and Seth, and we could replay this whole thing. But my other piece of this is Brock has been coming out with Heyman, and Heyman gets bloodied and kidnapped. It's either Brock's coming for Seth or Brock's coming for LA Knight.
I completely believe it's Seth. Because that's a bigger marquee match.
Absolutely. They would pull that trigger and it would work. There's history there.
Right.
Everything. I know we've done it twice, but there's ways to do it again.
Right. I was trying to think of where to, because I had the Bronze essentially going against the Usos, and I was like, well, you're not going to have Mania without Logan anymore, without a doubt. But I think you're more righter, and it would be Logan in theory against the Usos. And I still think they win it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I do, because the Usos are just, they're done. And that's bluntly mean saying it like that, but I don't think anybody gives a shit about them anymore.
No, you're in 40s. We're done with the Uso break.
Yeah.
The Yeet Fest.
Yeeting's not even happening that much.
No.
Anymore. The Yeet has been worn.
Yeah, the Yeet has died.
So that's WWE, huh?
WWE in a nutshell.
You went into the smaller nutshell? Let's talk AEW.
Let's talk AEW. Hey, Dave Finlay came roaring in.
What do you think of that?
It makes sense from the standpoint of Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors joining forces with them. It makes me think that WWE probably lowballed him somehow, some way, because if he shows up in AEW, this is not knocking AEW being a smaller promotion. This is just, I would have assumed he went to WWE, the bigger market in that. But WWE probably said, no, we don't think you're big enough, and you got to go do NXT or something like that.
Or did they pitch that, hey, you're going to carry a shillelagh around,
And with the leprechaun coming around,
and then Hornswoggle's already fucking like, yes, go there.
I'm back.
Go back.
This is my in.
Somebody's a leprechaun again. I am back in. I think he makes perfect sense with those guys. He did have sort of a shillelagh type of something or other.
He did use a shillelagh to take him out. So
when Jenks and I were starting this an hour and a half ago before we went on, we talked about spider webs a little bit, and we know that MJF and Hangman's going to burn it to the ground next weekend. Essentially, it's going to be awesome that I'm going to watch that on my birthday. It's only the first time. And that'll be the last time I mention it. But they're going to burn it to the ground. It's going to be unbelievable. It's Texas death, and we'll do predictions until this yet. Otherwise, Jenks, everybody hates everybody. Everybody's entangled. Everybody is this, that, or the other. We have a week to get about 12 more matches on this fucking card that we're going to be like, oh, now I see. Jenks is now searching up to see how many are actually booked.
Yeah, I am. But this is how they always work. It's every year, every pay-per-view, they're always like, well, here's 25 things that could happen.
Right.
But the last week before, we're going to tell you everything that is going to happen.
But normally we can talk this through. Jenks, I am lost in AEW right now. And I'm not saying I hate it or anything, because I'm encapsulated to put my own fucking card together of, yes, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. But I'm like, no, Tony's not going to do that. No,
Truth. Now there is 7 official matches already for the pay-per-view. So
speak to me, wise one.
Let's speak. We know Texas Death between Hanger and MJF. Tekla and Stat has been announced. 2 out of 3 falls. So that's going to be one. FTR and the Bucks.
Okay.
Mox and Takeshita, no time limit for the Continental title.
I forgot about that one, honestly. Yeah.
This one I know got announced today. The trios titles, Don Callis family. So this is how they're getting Okada on the pay-per-view. So they're going to face Mystico Jet Speed. So
yeah, who just won right now.
Callis just won the titles away from Jet Speed and Hanger.
Radio Speed.
Or we're taking, Jet Set Radio. Or Jet Speed Radio, whatever the fuck it is. We're taking Hangman out. We're putting Mystico in. So that's that one.
Callis wins.
Callis wins. Bandito and Andrade is going to be one, which banger.
I'm excited to see that now.
And then Swerve and Brody, which we thought was going to happen, and it's going to be something special.
Now there's a Texas Death match involved, which should be and will be the main event, and it should be the goriest, the craziest, the this, the that, the this. But will it be? Swerve and Brody, you can't put these two matches next to each other. But it's blasphemy if Swerve and Brody are third or something stupid like that. If this starts the show, I'll be a little depressed, because it might be hard pill for everybody else to catch up to that match until we get to the Texas Death match.
My thought is it's probably Mox to catch at the start. Then we're going to go Brody Swerve 2 or 4-5. Because I think they're going to put Bandito and Andrade probably. That might be earlier on.
And
So
that might be a quick match, by the way.
That could be a quick match, or that could be it could be a quick banger match. 10-minute, we're going balls to the wall.
Right. Get in there, do your finishes. And get your setup to there's not a lot of headlocks and everything in this match.
Exactly. It's go. We're 0-60 on this one. So really it's just getting to those ones. Swerve and Brody might get lost in the card a little bit here.
Which is a shame.
I don't think it'll be the end, because I think the end is going to be World Tag, Staten, Tekla, then Texas Death.
Yeah.
That's how I see that one playing out. So I would say you have to put Swerve and Brody like in the middle. If you're not starting the pay-per-view with them, then
they're right before the tag.
They're right before the tag. They're the hot match before the tag. And then you have the real technical match between FTR and Bucks to get you where you need to go.
Then the women.
And then the men. The cleanse.
Because 2 out of 3 is still good. There's a lot of longer matches in this.
Yes.
No time limit, a 2 out of 3, and then Texas Death.
People, don't be surprised if this is a lesser card, because the no time limit, they could go 60.
Exactly.
Or they're going to
somehow. Why I think you're right. That's why I think that's definitely starting.
That probably is starting. But here's the thing. Also, I could see them going like 21.
Oh, yeah.
Or 10. I could see them being cute with it and going, no, here's a 17.5-minute match, but we're saying it's no time limit.
Right.
Yeah.
It goes, and we talked about this, it goes 60. That card sheet may be almost filled up.
Oh, absolutely. With where it's at now.
Yeah.
If it stays under 10, that match is going 60.
And it's, in my mind, it's okay for that first match to go 60-ish. And then everything else ramps up and becomes quick. If you decide to put a 60-minute match in the middle of the card, you're going to have Andrade and Bandito start. You're going to go into, the women's tag team title, which I do want to talk about something around the women's tag team title, involved. You're having all these 15, 20-minute matches, and then you get a 60 in the middle of the match, in the middle of the card, followed by like 2 25-minute matches. That 60 is really going to be long.
Yeah.
And I know 60 minutes is definitely, you know what I mean. 60 minutes is definitely more than 20 minutes, but it'll get played out. People will be, holy fuck, we've been here for 3 hours already.
Lose interest at that point.
Yeah. Where if you start it, like you said, it gets you catapulted for what's to come. And then the times of every other match don't seem long.
Right. Well, and to that point, you're now thinking, holy shit, this is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. The energy level's at the highest at the beginning of the card, so you're going to tolerate a lot more time just dragging through a 60-minute match than you would in the middle or at the end. Sometimes it does work near the end. At the end, it could work depending on what you're trying to produce there. Like with MJF and Danielson, they could pull it off. Brett and Sean could pull it off because
Megan,
exactly.
Yeah. Are you upset as much as I am that, listen, the women, the inspiration are going to be maybe comic? Like they just came in and got their asses wiped. Yeah. Boom, bang, boom. I mean, I get it. You're getting the Brawling Birds over. I understand them losing. This was in 37 seconds, though.
Yeah.
This was like, hey, the inspiration's here. Not anymore.
Thanks for coming. I think I don't get it, to be honest. I thought they would be the team to solidify the division,
Right.
but it seems like they're just kind of
There.
shitting them to the wind, and then, whatever it is. I guess it helps establish the Brawling Birds as more legit,
I'm
as a
listening.
legitimate tag team. We know they're already very capable women that are in this team to win. One's a former world champion, one's the current Rev Pro women's champion, right? But I think in AEW's minds, it helps solidify the tag team unit of them. I don't know.
I get that. I do. But maybe it's because I have a little piece of inspiration in me that I've always liked them, and I'm like, they've been done dirty everywhere.
That's true.
And it continues.
Yep.
I know they've been tag team champions both places, WWE and TNA and elsewhere.
But they're always end up being shit on at some point.
They haven't ever been booked great. And I thought Tony was going to grab them and say, okay. Then again, it's their debut match, yada, yada, yada. They can rebound from this. They're professionals. I know. Stop sending the email already. Stop your pause. Just cancel the email. Yes. If there's anybody that can rebound, Jesse and Peyton can, without a doubt. First match, put them against, I don't know, Miranda and Bella. Let them get a win. Everybody didn't see the match that they won down under.
No, they didn't. Yeah.
Some people don't know them, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how you don't know them if you watch any professional wrestling.
They've been around way too much. You would know them. Yeah.
But I didn't like that. But nobody gives shit what Mark says.
Everybody
does.
That's why we listen to this tag team. Oh yeah, they're definitely the next tag team champions.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be at Revolution.
I would imagine. Who's going to beat them then, Jenks? Is the $1 million question.
Maybe the Towers that are Megan Bain and the woman from Australia. I can't think of her name right now.
Yeah.
That would be the only legitimate challenge I would have for them at this point in time.
Right. But we have Bain.
TBS title. Yeah, Bain going to the TBS championship, which I think should get announced here soon. I mean, why wouldn't she face for the TBS title?
Right. I don't know. Final thought from me. The stat get it back was Tekla. This is a test run on Tekla.
I think so.
Not a prediction yet.
Not a prediction, but it's smelling like that. It's just smelling like that, because why would we know why we're revisiting it, but I feel like Tekla was just a quick flash in the pan. Here we go. You could be the main antagonist going forward, or someone we're going to lean on heavily, but we need to see if you're going to be the right person for it.
Is the crowd going to join you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we only have a month written out for you, essentially. And we're going to get back to stat, and then we can write so much more. But you'll come back around to stat maybe by the end of the year or something.
Yep.
Yeah. That was my thought right off the bat. I'm like, okay, it might be back to stat already.
And then it just becomes who's going to take it off of stat.
And where I think one of stat's biggest people are going to be tag team champion in the form of Jamie Hayter.
Absolutely. It's not going to be Megasis.
No. We think she's ready, but I don't think Tony's ready for her yet.
Tony wants to put her through the TBS title gauntlet. And I think Tony wants to eliminate Jade's history with the TBS title. And this might be the only way to do it.
With Mercedes, though. Like, at that point, why not just do it with one of the greatest wrestlers of all time?
I get it, but I think it's a strong built, the stronger woman,
the bigger
type
woman.
thing, the bigger, the muscle woman, the heavy hitter, if you will.
By the way, this green is like a ecto cooler. Remember ecto cooler?
Yeah, I do.
Now that I've drank most of it. Oh, by the way, going back to water talk, I've gotten 2 like Mios or whatever. I've really not used Mios much. I got a citrusy one that I knew I was going to fall in love with, and then one was called like Green Thunder or Green Mountain or I don't know. And I'm like, oh, what is this? It's very much ecto cooler. If you remember High C back in, was ecto cooler big? Late 80s, early 90s?
Definitely 90s.
Okay.
Probably late 80s, early 90s, but I remember having it 90s.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know if I was a fan. I don't know if I'm a fan of this.
Everybody was a fan back then.
That's only because
That's
what was his name? What was the little green goblin name?
Slimer.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a goblin, it was a ghost from Ghostbusters.
I mean, Roman might have Samoan goblins in his sweater. I don't know.
Do you have anything else? I think we talked wrestling for 45 minutes. That's good for a wrestling podcast.
We talked for a little more than that. I feel like majority of it, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe,
sure. Maybe
something like that.
Somebody let us know.
That's sure you will.
Throwing shit against the wall. Don't forget, on the 28th, we are going to have Ask Can Crushers. So make sure you start piling your questions in at cancrusher69@gmail.com. Send them in. Yeah, because we'll have a month before we can do really anything else.
Yeah. So next week, predictions.
Right.
For Revolution. The following week, recapping Revolution.
That may be the only thing that we do.
That could be yes, because you got things to prep for.
Yeah.
You gotta mentally prepare for your first 5K you're on. So that's fine. And then we'll wrap back with with Ask Can Crushers
on the 28th.
Yep.
To solidify March. April, we'll have another special out there for you guys. We'll be in discussions rather quickly about what that is going to bring. Usually one of our hated and loved type of deal things. I don't know if we'll stay with factions or anything like that. It might be something stupid in April. But we'll find out. Yeah, that's it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then wrestling and WrestleMania in April.
Right. Yeah. April's a busy month for me running as well. On the 2nd is Autism Awareness Day. So Ric Flair's sons, and everybody was like, who the hell is Ric Flair? One of my best friends back in the day dressed up as Ric Flair. I don't always throw his name out because things of what he's got legality wise. His 2 boys have autism. I have a lot of autism elsewhere as well. So I decided on that day, on that Thursday, I'm going to run a 10K and do that. There's a 5K on the 11th that is for mental health awareness. And then 2 weeks later, I have my half marathon. And then a week later, I have a 5K, and this is in May now. And then I have a 5K up in Buffalo. Oh, so I'm an idiot. I am leaving Pennsylvania this year.
Well, yeah, and you're leaving Pennsylvania in March.
Oh, shit. Yeah, my first run is out of Pennsylvania. I'm such an idiot.
When you said it earlier, like, did he not pick up on where his run's at?
No, not at all. It's in DC. My first ever big run is not even in Pennsylvania. I'm a jackass. Why do you wait until I figure it out? I'd rather have you call me out and like, oh yeah.
Sometimes I'll call you out, but sometimes it's just fun to let the slow burn happen and let it go through. Also, maybe by 2030, Pennsylvania is in Washington, D.C. and in Buffalo, New York. So you never know. He could be, he's like Nostradamus. Pennsylvania has just conquered New York and Maryland, Virginia area.
It wasn't good in geography. Just throwing that out there.
I mean, I wasn't either. Oh, hey, I had a balanced day today.
You had a balanced day. Good. Look at you.
That's what the watch is saying. So it yells at me about my sleep, but.
Oh, God, I'm glad mine doesn't say anything about sleep. I would fail that miserably. That's probably something I should talk to the doctor about, too, but I don't know what else I'd have to drink.
I get a sleep score. I have to start chugging beers. I get a sleep score every night. The first 2 nights were 40. So
that's not good.
That's not good at all. I celebrated when I had an 80 the other night. I'm like, oh, hey, look at that one. But yeah, so balanced day. That's fun.
I can't wait until after Cinco de Mayo what your sleep score is going to be.
We'll be right in that 40 range, maybe 20 at that point. Tell you what, I will be enjoying a lot of espressos somehow, somewhere.
Oh, speaking of espressos and everything, did you see there's another new minor league? And then we'll wrap it up, folks. Did you see there's another new minor league?
The Luchadors?
Of the Hilltop?
The Hill City.
Yeah, Hill City.
Which is the place that has the werewolf and all that.
Right. They're doing 2 this year. How fucking ballsy are they?
They're all doing multiple, but at the same token, the fact that they're hitting it out of the park with 2 of them is fantastic. So we have to get a Luchadors hat at some point.
Which is essentially Jack Black on a fucking hat.
Yeah, it's Nacho Libre. It is Nacho Libre in a different color.
Doing his like yoga pose, meditation pose before he went into the ring.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did. They're like, oh, you remember how awesome Nacho Libre was? Let's put that on a hat and change his mask from blue to red or whatever.
We don't get sued.
Yeah, so we don't get sued.
It's fantastic.
It really is. As soon as I saw it, I tagged Jenks instantly on Facebook. I'm like, look at this shit.
God, I was dying. It's like, there's no way this is happening.
What do you have going on this week, my fine friend?
Oh, this week, more work around the house. Next week, I think gearing up with work stuff, just life in general. No appointments, which is good. Don't have to do anything like that. So get a week away from appointments. Just living life and getting prepared. Essentially, it's exciting time, but can be boring for updates, if you will. So,
but soon enough, that Trios Championship's coming into your house.
It will be, and we'll be defending it for the rest of my life. So it'll be good.
How about you? As we speak, I have a state playoff basketball game tonight. I had one last night as well. So yeah, getting those. If you're going to ask me, what do I think? I don't know. Basketball season may be coming to an end this week. One team might squeak it out. Both teams may be eliminated. I don't know. But whatever happens, I'm okay with. Because essentially for me, this will, since they're home games, since they both won districts, essentially, because last Saturday I was in a gymnasium, forgot to say this, for 12 hours.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And in the last game of the night, about 3 minutes left in the third quarter, somebody kicked the ball. You're not supposed to do that in basketball. But on an inbound, somebody kicked the ball straight into the computer. We didn't run ads the rest of the night. Because,
are you shitting me?
No. Boom. Wham. Right into the computer. I was doing stats at the time, so I was writing stuff in the book. All of a sudden, I see the computer go up, and it's a laptop, and then 2 pages came down. The girls' scene was behind me, and one of the girls was like, oh my God, Mark, are you all right? I'm like, I don't even know what happened. Oh, boom, the computer's down. I'm like, oh no. So I know the producer listens to make sure we're not jackasses or anything.
Yeah.
Right on air, I'm like, name, order me a new computer because mine just broke. I can't run ads the rest of the night. So I went and got my new computer the other day because
God,
had to quickly get it. Yeah, and then softball season's right around the corner.
Jesus Christ.
Where I was going, essentially, win, lose, or whatever, probably Saturday will be my last basketball because next games are like Tuesday, but they won't be anywhere close.
That's
and
fair.
I can't be getting home 2-3 o'clock in the morning
and turn around, go to work,
and turn around, go to work. Yeah, it just doesn't happen. So yeah, this weekend will be last basketball.
That's
unless I that quarterfinals, they start moving them away from home court advantages to somebody from Pittsburgh's going to play somebody from up here. Well,
yeah.
And it's going to be played in like Indiana.
Yeah.
That's not the state.
Yeah, the city.
If it was a state, not going there either.
You're staying the night if it's a state.
And it better be worth a lot. So, yeah. Besides that, the rest of the week, really ramping up. I'm ready for the 5K. So I'm not overlooking it, but I know even on the daily, I need to continue to get to like my long run of the week. So
yeah,
my long run as we're speaking today is 10 miles. So my norms should be 7 to something daily. So the longs don't seem as long.
Okay.
The downfall is in 2 weeks, I will have my longest run before my half, which will be 12 miles. That's supposed to be on the same day of my 5K.
Cool.
So.
Just running DC for 12 miles?
Oh, no, because I have to get in my car and drive to New York City so I can go to the big event.
That's true. You do. You have to get to the big event.
No, I've already asked just run. I've already asked the coach, hey, I have a pretty important 5K. Can I bump, which this is going to scare me, can I bump my long run to a Sunday? It's usually my recovery day, but I've built in a race in part of it. They're like, yeah, you can move that to a Sunday. What am I going to feel like on Monday with 12 miles underneath me?
Not great.
We may not be going to work on the 30th. We'll leave it at that. Then after that, I start weaning down. Like the next week, I go to 11. It's kind of like recovery until I get to May 2nd, 3rd, whatever it is.
Makes sense. Yeah.
It's just to say, okay, you've ran your 12. Your next long run.
It's the big one.
Be your race.
Yep.
So we'll see. We'll see. You got anything else?
I got nothing else.
Okay. I got to go take that WALK that I said an hour and a half ago because somebody's still looking out the window like a sad dog, scoping out.
Somebody walk me.
Yeah. Somebody, let's go for a WALK.
Okay. That was promised but not taken.
Right. By the way, more on this next week. Dairy Queen opened up, so you know what that means here. Remember, go ahead.
No. Go for it. Go ahead. We'll finish it.
We'll finish that next week.
Yeah, we'll finish that next week.
Remember, just because you're trash doesn't mean you can't do great things.
You're a garbage can that can eat a dilly bar, but not a garbage cannot. Make sure you tell your loved ones that you love them.
Because you never know.
Woo-hoo.